Hi, Lily.
Hi, Pookie.
Okay. Oh, but we're also missing Itai and Becca.
Okay, Itai's my Pookie.
What?
I took a C for now.
Okay. If you had listened at the beginning,
Oh yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
I'm switching 8.5 and 8.6. So we're going to do 8.5 tomorrow.
I heard that.
Okay.
Wait, so we have to bring our
We
stuff
do
then?
it the LC.
Just do it.
He said we don't have to bring anything, so print it out.
Wait, so we have to bring something tomorrow?
Oh, so you heard that
A
part.
pencil, that's it.
Oh, I forgot it, and then you brought it up.
Thank you, Elijah. Pencil only.
Don't
She can
mind.
pencil.
Okay. So we've been working on rational functions. Now we're going to solve rational equations. So step one, we're going to factor if possible. We got state restrictions. I'll walk you through this. So step three, multiply both sides by the lowest common denominator, the least common denominator, which we already have practiced with. We're going to solve. And the last step, we always want to check our solutions with these. Remember when I talked about extraneous solutions before in the last chapter? Sometimes things don't work when you plug it back in. We want to make sure that we check our answers here. Okay, so first one, it says factor if possible. There's nothing to factor here. What are my restrictions? What can x not be equal to?
3.
That's
Yeah,
it, right?
Yeah,
X
3.
can't be equal to 3.
Why?
Because if take anything that's in the denominator, set it equal to 0. Okay, we already got step 1 and step 2 done. Step 3, multiply both sides by the least common denominator. What would be our least common denominator?
4 negative 6.
How about 24 times
3 minus x.
3 minus
Oh,
x?
yeah.
Now, what actually makes these easier than what we did even just on the last quiz, we're going to be getting, the whole goal of this is to get rid of all the fractions. So what I'm going to do, here, I'll write it out in the first one so you can see. What am I going to have to multiply 5 over 24 by? 3 minus x over 3 minus x. Plus 2 over 3 minus x. What do I need to multiply this by? 24. So I'm going to multiply 24 and 24. Equals 1 over 4 has to get multiplied by, and actually, yeah. I'm actually, sorry, I didn't mean to multiply the bottom. Just the top. So the top needs to be multiplied by 6 times 3 minus x.
One at the bottom.
Sorry, I forgot. The whole goal is to get rid of the fractions. We're just multiplying the top.
So then how do you add it?
Because we're going to get rid of all the common denominators. So if we multiply,
The top by everything will cancel out.
oh my gosh, I'm having such a
And the bottom.
last period. Okay, hold on.
You got this.
No. I did want to multiply everything. Sorry, guys, I'm getting confused here. It's last period. I do know how to do this, I promise. Okay, start over. Okay, the least common denominator was 24 times 3 minus x. I wanted to multiply everything here and everything on the right side by that 24 times 3 minus x. Only on the top. So whatever I multiply on the right side, I'm going to multiply, or whatever I do to one side of the equation, I'm going to do to the right side of the equation. Well, what happens on this part? Well, the 24s are going to cancel. And that's just going to give me 5 times 3 minus x. If you want, you could distribute at the same time. What's going to cancel in the next one? 3 minus x. And I'm left with 2 times 24.
I'm so confused now.
Okay, listen, we're multiplying by the least common denominator to get rid of all the fractions.
Oh.
So on the right side, 4 goes into 24 6 times, so I'm left with So what's nice about this method is it turns it into an algebra 1 problem, basically, right? We can multiply this out. So we'll have 15 minus 5x plus 48 equals 18 minus 6x. Okay, so let's combine that. What's 15 and 48 combined? 63. So I'm going to add 6x also at the same time. So this is going to be x plus 63 equals 18. Subtract 63 from both sides. Okay, just to save some time, I'm going to check that answer using the calculator. So I have 5 over 24 plus 2 over 3 minus negative 45.
Yeah.
Does that give us a fourth? Check. Right? So when I plugged in 5/24 plus 2 over 3 minus negative 45, I got 1/4, which checks out. So I'm going to circle that answer. Okay. What do I have here? I have in the denominator on the right side, that factors into.
X minus 4, X minus 5.
Okay, so what is my least common denominator?
X minus 4, X minus 5.
I
Oh my,
accidentally.
that's really easy.
This is really easy.
Wait, isn't that something with 4?
Yeah, I accidentally. Okay, so I'm going to multiply. I'm just going to write it out of the whole thing by x minus 5 times x minus 4. Now remember, I'm going to have to distribute x minus 5 times x minus 4 to each and every part. I'm not going to write it out 3 times like I did last.
Does the order matter?
No. Okay, so when I multiply x minus 5 times x minus 4 to 8 over x minus 5,
So each times 8 times
we're left with 8 times
X minus 4.
x minus 4 minus 9. What's going to cancel now?
X minus 5.
No, the x minus 4s are going to cancel, so I'm left with x minus 5.
That will just be 5.
And it's just going to be 5 on the right side because both of these binomials will cancel. Okay, so 8x minus 32 minus 9x plus 45 equals 5. So let's see, that'll give us a negative x
Plus 13.
plus 13 equals 5. So x equals,
X equals 8.
yeah, because negative x would be negative 8, so x equals 8. Okay, now we're going to do a quick check. So I'm going to just write it out this time. So 8 over 8 minus 5 minus 9 over 8 minus 4.
What was extraneous solutions again?
That's if you get an answer, but when you plug it back in, it doesn't work. So I'm just replacing. So this would be
Will
8.
it always work?
No, it won't always work. Okay, so this is 8/3 minus 9/4. We want to see, does that equal 3 or 4 times 3? So 8, 5/12. Let's see. What was it? 8/3 minus 9/4? 8/3 minus 9. Oopsie. Sorry. It does work?
Yeah.
9. We get 5/12. Good. So check. Okay. So if we factor, what do we get for our least common denominator here? Let's see if we could kind of just do this.
X minus 5, X plus
Alright, time to clock out.
Nope, don't. Okay,
I mean, aren't bad. I mean, they aren't bad. They aren't bad.
Jacob. Okay, number one rule. If you're planning on checking out, you don't announce it to the teacher.
Who's not checking out? There's the common denominator x plus 3x plus 5.
Oh, Jacob. Checking out.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. Zach. I'm a little insulted at the moment, but
Okay, Jacob, look what you did.
Apologize.
Also, on the practice test, I think there was a couple wrong, right?
Do we have to stop at the top?
There was one.
I don't know, you can show it to me.
I finished the whole thing, so
You don't have to
I
factor
would
the
did
top.
a remake it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
A remake.
Okay, the first one. So I'm gonna multiply by x plus 5 times x plus 3. So in the first one,
2x times x plus 5.
2x times
X plus 3,
x plus 3 minus this whole thing, x squared minus x minus 10, because these will all cancel each other out, right? Now,
How is there no denominator?
because we're getting rid of all the denominators. We're multiplying both sides by the least common denominator to get rid of all the fractions.
So 3 times x.
And then on the other side, what are we going to end up with 3 times?
X plus 5.
Good. Okay, so let's multiply this out. We get,
Oh boy, we have exponents.
okay, right, Jacob? So minus x squared plus x plus 10. Okay, this one is going to have a,
Wait, how do we get that?
This is not
How do I get what?
algebra 1 type
How do
problem.
we switch?
how do I,
The x
squared
to
plus
plus.
X squared plus 7.
oh, because there's a subtract, we're subtracting the whole numerator. So I have to distribute the minus to everything. So I get x squared.
Plus 7x plus 10.
Okay, I get plus 7x. Is it okay if I subtract the 3x at the same time?
Yeah.
So that'll be plus 4x. And then if I subtract
How is
15,
that plus
Wait,
x?
four-
That shouldn't be plus x.
you have to distribute the minus sign to everything.
Minus 5. Oh,
Okay.
okay, because you're doing, wait.
Oh, no, you don't add.
So it's going to be x plus 5, x minus 1.
Oh,
0.
so these
Oh,
two
because you're doing
answers.
minus 15. Oh my god.
So how do you check this then?
X squared plus.
Yeah, but listen, if we're going to check,
That's actually easy to work. It's just a long process.
it's a long process. So I'm going to plug it back in and check.
Make
Yes.
sure our phones are awake. Jacob, please.
Jacob, that means you.
Oh, goodness.
I also don't know what I just said.
Jacob's done. I don't think Jacob's paying attention much.
Oh, what happens when we try to plug in?
Undefined.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, what is x not allowed to be equal to?
0.
What can't we have in the denominator?
5 and 3.
Negative 5 and negative 3. So right away, shh, guys, please. If I get negative 5, that can't be an answer because that was an excluded value. So now we're just going to check 1. So I have,
The only answer?
Been locked in the door. Gabe's not there anymore. Forgot.
Yeah.
Look at this one back. This is one.
so this is going to make it
I see it. It's not a negative on top.
So negative 10.
9, 24. Does that equal 3/4?
No.
Oh.
Is there a negative 10?
Yeah, but it's a negative 10 minus negative 10 will make it a plus.
No, it does not. Actually, wait, does it?
1/3
Over 12.
plus 10,
That's
oops,
not.
1/3 plus 10 over 24,
Can we reduce that to 5 over 12?
Oh.
3/4.
Oh.
If I reduce it, will it still get the same?
Yeah. Okay, last one.
If I reduce it, will I still get the same thing?
Wait, even if it's like the one is in the denominator, can like you still have to check it even though one is not like.
You should still check them all.
So then one is the correct answer, because she's just checking. I plugged in one.
Yeah, you have to check it.
That's correct. That, yep.
I had to lean back.
Okay, z plus 1, z minus 1 is the least common denominator.
Yes.
This one's, and z can't be equal to plus or minus 1. So we're going to have 2 times,
Z minus 1.
Z.
Why between a 2 and a z, bro?
I don't know, minus 1 times
Z plus 1.
equals
Can you just write Z plus 1?
Negative.
-2.
negative 2.
That's right, because I both cancel out.
Yeah, you could just, so I get 2z minus 2 minus z minus 1.
So you could just Z minus 3.
Z minus 3 equals negative 2.
Add 3 and Z plus 1.
Oh, but wait, didn't we say z can't be equal to?
Oh, so
No solution.
No solution.